Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Abigail, the ultimate guru, and with me, as always, is my co-host, the world's only comedian, Bryden Proctor.
Hello.
They can't hear that. No one
Hello.
heard that.
Hello.
You're like my...
Hello.
My goodness gracious.
Hello. Where are you? Right? You know that one?
Right. Maybe, but you sang it so badly, it could be any of a number of things.
Line. Blah, 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 blah. Hello, baby.
Oh, right. Okay.
Hello. Where
thank you.
are you?
Thanks for that. You
Yeah,
don't have to
levels.
worry. Shh. Shh.
Don't shush me, bitch. Don't you shush me, bitch. Don't you shush
We're
me,
doing
bitch.
a show. We're doing a show. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna use our inside voices.
You're in some odd world. Don't shush me.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here today, and you don't have to worry about a thing because we are here to help. We are here to help you because we love you. And I have a story that I'm going to tell because we were talking about it right before we started.
Yeah, she was talking about. She was like number one about like a fucking poop eating contest or something like that.
No, I was not eating poop. It was chocolate milk. Okay, it was chocolate milk.
You sure though?
It's a little chunky, to be perfectly fair. It's a little chunky. That might be how it was able to adhere so well. So the story was about a milk mustache competition that I was in when I was like 8 years old. So what they did, you know how there were like gifted and talented classes for children?
So
Where
I
they
guess
would,
for you that was the opposite.
well,
Which
no,
was
'cause
how
they
much
had,
milk
they
can
had
you
that.
drink?
They had the special ed class, but they also had the poor children of drug addicts, like the children we need to help and counsel class.
Their thought was, I don't know, give them milk because that's what the government says is part of the food pyramid. So you would just show up and you'd eat a bunch of bread and then milk, and then there was like fish.
Yeah, so they would take us out of class toward the end of the day so that we could eat before we went home. Like, it usually...
No, that's legitimately a thing. That's,
yeah.
Yeah.
And, but also they would give us like treats and stuff, and it would be like cute little activities and dances and fun stuff that we would get to do so that we could like, they would like pretend that like, this was like, this makes up for things. I don't know. They were trying to cheer us up or something. So we have...
Well, that's actually very nice
It was really sweet, and I actually ran into at the grocery store the lady who was like in charge of the class or whatever. One time, like years later, I was like,
she was like, "Wow, you're still
and
broke."
I was like, "You're exactly the same. Still smell like cat pee." Didn't get past that part, but I was like, "Hey, by the way, like you're the reason I had socks. Like, I love you. Like, you're a good person." She's like, "Oh yeah, that's a job I do," and walked away.
Damn. Damn. Because normally you think of like teachers and stuff. They're like, yeah.
She's like going above and beyond, right? She's like helping the needy, not just children, right?
No, you were just
like,
not.
No, just a job.
You were just not well liked.
No, I guess not. I don't know.
That's way harder than almost any story you've said about people not liking you. Is that a former teacher? You were like, "Oh my god, thank you. I was so poor I didn't have socks, but because of you I had socks." She's like, "Yeah, move, dude. I gotta get the name brand cereal. Get that bullshit on the bottom, you broke bitch."
Yeah. That's
wrecked.
That's basically how it went.
That
like, oh yeah, I don't recognize you. Like, of course you don't. It's been like 10 years. Like, why would you? I was a child, but like that's irrelevant to what I'm saying right now.
I see impoverished people every day due to what I would do. So, what do you mean you're not poor? Why do you dress like that?
You still look like a starving African child, very thin, except you got a pot belly. Good job, Abby.
What do you mean you had kids? You're making more of those I gotta deal with now, you son of a bitch.
I'm making more work for her. Don't worry.
Golly. Well, that's a sad story.
Yeah, so we had a milk mustache competition, and I had chocolate milk, and I won, and I got like a fruit roll up
What was
as
the
my prize.
what was the
It's great.
judging though of the milk mustache? It was the
It was
biggest.
like it was like the neatest, right? So if you just got a big old like it's just all over your face because you're being messy with it on purpose to try to win, so it's
Ah,
bigger. That was not a good mustache. Like it was the quality of like the shapeliness of the
you
mustache.
realize not one person besides the people at your school have had that competition at school.
Really? You don't
No.
think it? Oh.
I went to a very poor school and we never did that.
Yeah.
That was not an option. And then here's another future milk mustache champion
Yeah.
talking outside the door.
It's fine. I just had to mute to yell, "Ask your father," because you know there's another parent in this house. I don't know if you guys understand that I'm not like a single mom. Like the kids have to bust in here while I'm recording an entertainment program for the beautiful, beautiful people that are listening to this right now. And you're all beautiful and precious and special
Well, that's
in
not
your
true.
own
I've seen
ways.
a lot of them. They're not good
They're
looking
pretty
people.
bad, pretty rough.
Yeah, a lot of them are pretty rough guys.
Well, I would like names and pictures, to be perfectly honest. Or not to dox anyone. I just want to match a face to a name. You know what I mean? That would be nice for so I know in my
They're,
head.
I mean, they're not like we got an audience of like solid fives.
Yeah, that's not bad.
10 years
That's
ago though.
average.
10 years ago though.
Oh, right. Yeah. Who?
Because now they're in their 30s and 40s and they listen to comedy podcasts and
Yeah.
that's like once you reach the point. I mean, where I am also at, where
Yeah.
you just, it's kind of over for you.
It really is. It's been over for a really long time. I will say that I'm bringing in the cute girl audience. You know,
None
there's
of the
several
women
cute
you have put,
girls
none of
listening.
the women you have put on the show have been cute.
That's not true. Daisy's very cute.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
I
She's
would.
a beautiful woman.
All right. Well,
She looks like Anya from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'd rather she looked like Inya from Inya.
I don't know what Inya is, okay? That was the story because I thought Bryden would get a kick out of the poor class.
I mean, that's
Look,
crazy.
dude, I had a therapist at one point, and I would literally go in there, sit down, start talking, and she would just stare at me wide-eyed for an hour. And eventually, after a few sessions of just going, "Wow, that's you might be just a really good liar because that's kind of unbelievable. Like I believe you, but wow." And then, a few sessions in, she started just interrupting me and talking about her own problems because she just couldn't take it anymore. Like it's silly. It sounds like I made that up.
No, I mean, I could see life being that bad for the poors. I mean, I grew up
No,
poor.
I mean the goofiness of it, being in like retarded class, but for poor people and having a milk mustache. Like I would just sit there and tell her things like this, and like
You brought
she's
up
just
Milk
like,
Mustache?
"What?"
You thought Milk Mustache was a good story to tell to her instead of just a good story to
Well, it
tell on a
wasn't about the
podcast.
mustaches. It was about the class. Talking about the
I think you
hardships of crack life.
I think you might have just been in a special class.
That's
That's
but
probably what
I was
happened.
no, because I was in advanced placement also. Okay, they
But
wanted
what
to
was
let
that
me
with that
skip grades based on my IQ, and I don't know what the
that
IQ is because they don't tell you the number.
was it that same year or was that pretty early on with the Milk Mustache?
It was a couple years later,
Yeah.
actually.
So I
Okay,
think maybe, you were a troubled child that nobody knew what to do anything with. So,
so they just made me feel better about myself. That would
well,
explain a lot.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, during that time, during Milk Mustache time, I think you were actually in a retarded class, buddy.
It's possible. That might be what that was. I really don't know. And they were all retarded except for me. So,
Yeah.
and then,
That's why they were like, here, chug milk.
yeah.
Do
And
you
then
think in the elementary school advanced placement classes they were like, oh, today class we're going to study algebra because you're also smart and you're advanced for your age, and also
yeah.
at the end, milk mustache. Nobody was doing that. They thought you were
Nick, you don't
retarded.
understand. Like, okay, let me tell you, there was this kid in the class who was so like he had like Asperger's or something. He was so fixated on being smart that he would just spark out, just straight up reading in class. Clearly, that was the advanced placement class.
You might have
He
been
got an
in.
answer wrong. He freaked out like a banshee.
Yeah, you probably were in the troubled youth, like separate school.
What you said
Was
about them
your
just being a
school?
troubled child they didn't know what to do with does apply to like the last 2 years of high school where they were like, yeah, she's high constantly and skips half her classes, but she gets A's on what she does and she doesn't fight anyone. Like there's no bloodshed, so they would just let me do whatever I wanted. They would
Yeah,
literally
but
just be like, "Hey, Abby,
to,
good job. Hi, how's it going?"
you
Like
went to a black school.
I did go, yeah.
So you're like, I was in advanced placement, was like that you
So,
could read in the ninth grade.
yeah.
I blame America. I blame the government. It's not black people's fault.
No,
It's the government's fault. Government. Government.
it's the government. It's the government.
Goddamn government keeping my guys down. You know, I am 1/32nd black.
How are you?
I don't
I'm
know.
0%.
I have no idea. I would if I got a thing that said I was 1/64th black, I'd start saying the N word immediately.
Yeah. Well, I think so. My husband got like 0.7% Nigerian or
He can
something
say
back
it.
on his
He
ancestration.
can say
It's
it.
like 0.7. Well, because in his dad immediately in the group chat just starts calling him black and making fun of him. And like, I was just like, wait a second.
He can say it. No, he can say it. If he's 0.7% Nigerian, he can say it. Even though I don't think Nigerians even say it.
I don't think they do.
No, of
They
course
just
not. Nobody.
actually they might. Okay, because I've noticed I've stumbled accidentally onto African Twitter a few times, and everyone on the thread will be like, "Yeah, I'm from Nigeria or whatever," and they're just speaking English. Like they'll throw
Yeah.
up like a pigeon word or something in
Right.
every
Yeah.
now and then, but like they're just all speaking English to each other. Like, why is African Twitter not in?
Oh,
Like, why are all these Nigerian? Like, they're all Nigerians. They're not speaking any Nigerian language.
because if you go to just different countries in Africa on their Twitters, they really don't like American blacks.
Yeah.
They don't like it at all. Uh, it's pretty funny. And I'm not on Twitter anymore, but it is pretty funny.
Yeah.
What's up to my African brothers out there, dude? I like you guys.
Man, it's wild out there. You'll have a whole thread where it's like, these children confronted their father about sleeping with 7 other women, and the mom's just sitting on the couch all quiet and sad, and the daughters are like, "What's wrong with you, Dad?" And every single comment and quote tweet is other Africans going, "That mom needs to be put in the ground for allowing her children to disrespect their father in this way. It doesn't
Damn.
matter how many women he's been with.
That
These
rules.
children need to learn to obey and respect. He can do what he wants. He's the head of the family." And it's just like,
All of this makes sense.
oh, okay.
All of this makes sense. I'm on board.
It's crazy out there.
I think it makes perfect sense out there. I think maybe the further east you go, the more it makes sense. You get to Dubai, all of a sudden, bitches aren't driving and running into your car anymore. That's fine. That makes sense. That makes sense to me.
Drive now. No, that was Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no, none of them. There's no car accidents of you just bought a new car and then some bitch fucking texting and speeding in a parking lot. That cunt.
There are definitely car accidents still with only
But
men driving.
those are men of nobility.
Right. Okay. That screwed up your car still.
Well, you know what? Listen, all I can say is they would have insurance, and this cunt didn't. And I'm still mad about it because I just bought
I
the
don't think
fucking thing.
that's because
I
she was a
just did.
woman that
I
she
just
didn't
did.
have insurance.
I just did. No, there's other things involved
There's
with
other
her.
factors
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, like her texting and all of that. You know, who are the type of people that do that? Who are the type of people that do that?
I don't text and drive. You know
Ironic.
who
Hey,
does though? My husband
well, he's a bad
messes
part.
with his phone because he's like, "Oh, I want to listen to this other song. Let me find the song." And I'm like, "Honey, can you watch the road?
My
I'll find the
steering,
song."
my steer, my steering wheel does that, and I don't. Well, and now it's got to. But I don't know.
Dude's got
Ironically,
like 100 bands on his phone, and all of them have multiple albums, and he's looking for a particular song.
that's
He
retarded.
can't just skip the tracks.
I
I use a playlist. I have 4 playlists of varying lengths and vibes.
I just listen to like the news, but like ironically, the people that text and drive and don't have insurance are the same type of people that work at the DMV. I'm just saying,
Women.
black women.
I
It's
was
black
trying to
women.
just. Well, illegals are around a lot, and
Oh,
they
they're gonna
drink
be at
and
the
drive.
DMV. They're gonna be at the DMV, and they're gonna take a number, and they go, "Oh, ocho cinco." Like they're not gonna know.
Just think-
You guys, too long, man. Like I. Oh no, man, ocho cinco. That's too long, man. I gotta go back to the Home Depot so that I can
Yeah.
get some trabajo.
Sound like freaking Cheech over here. It's so good. This is a perfect accent. You sound exactly like my friend Charles.
Oh man, it's me, Charlito. How are you, man? You been good? Buenos dias, señorita. Tú es looking not so good. You okay?
Speaking of Charles, I have a Dear Abby from him this week. Should we get into our Dear Abby segment?
Let's do something.
Let's see. Let's see. I can't do the accent. I would like to read it in that accent. Can I just send you the screenshot and you can do it?
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it.
All right. Let me.
I'm trying
give
to
me a second.
switch to these nicotine pouches as well.
How's that going?
I just took a hit of the vape. I'm a little fucking. I get worked up when we
Just
start
do both?
podcasting. Yeah, I get a little worked up, dude. But I'm like, I do these
mad
at
at
work
me?
or when I'm. No, I'm not even mad at you. Just like mad at the fucking world. Hey, Abby. My Jewish GF wants me to buy an SS uniform and choker. I told her no because that's, and I don't want to do that. This caused her to get real mad and headbutting me before threatening me with a knife. If I don't buy the uniform, what should I do, man?
I think you should just buy the uniform. She seems pretty serious, buddy.
I don't want to get hurt, man.
You're not actually him. I'm not speaking to you anymore. you,
No one
you've
made
just,
her
like,
so loco.
become the man. You've become the character.
She's so loco. I don't know.
It's these Latinos, man. They've got some passion in their heart. No, wait, she's Jewish. They also have passion in their hearts. They're fiery people.
I don't know what the slur
woman.
we say for them.
Like you think about like Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer's a fiery woman.
Yeah.
Strong, powerful, fiery woman.
Can't do anything about a strong, nosy woman.
Poor girl. She's having a hard time lately. We
Why?
shouldn't get into politics. She has sacrificed everything in her politics and gotten nothing for it, and it makes me really sad.
Me too.
Trump was gonna hire her, and then the media freaked out, and now she can't even have a job with him anymore. It's like she's dedicated her life to this man. Like,
I don't think it's to that, man. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens with Loomer. I have said this for years, and I'll say it again publicly. Laura Loomer is the hardest fucking work, not the hardest working, but like the toughest woman that I've ever met my entire life. And yeah, wish her the best.
Yep.
And I'm sure if she ever gets any type of power, she's gonna grow a tiny little toothpick mustache, and we're all gonna be dead.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, don't let her have the reins of power, but
no,
working for your campaign, she would be great. You know what I mean?
I
We're
like
going to
Laura.
war with 10 different countries at once if she's president.
I don't even know if that's true. I just know Israel would be safe. I'm not sure about America, but no, I haven't
No,
talked to her in fucking years,
just
man. So
destroy the rest of the Middle East is what we would be doing.
I mean, which also like, I mean, is that a terrible idea? I mean,
Can we
okay,
just
look, let's
give
do the show.
Israel the entire Middle East? Is that the plan?
I mean, what's the
It would
alternative?
honestly, it would kind of solve all the
It
problems in a
would.
way.
It would solve a lot of problems for a little bit, which is the American foreign policy. Let's solve a lot of problems for a little bit.
Be
And
good for
then,
about 5 years, I think.
oh,
You know?
6 months, dude.
And then we're moving on to Europe.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, I don't know. Israel should be in Berlin, like that. You know,
I
then you
guess
get
why
like
not? We already gave him everything else.
Megan McCain
Okay.
is on the View, going like, yeah, definitely. Like, I don't, can't deal with
I mean,
that.
that's what they get. They were Nazis.
I mean, it's, dude, at this point, as long as they just don't come to my house specifically, sure. I don't fucking care.
Okay. This is the politics segment of the show.
Do 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 do.
All right. Another Dear Abby we have is if not now, when? Now. Now is the time.
No, do
Do
it
it
next
now.
week. Do it next week.
You're never going to do it next week.
Yeah, do it next week. Don't worry about it. You just make plans and then just don't follow through them. It's okay.
See, every time I try to do that, you get very angry with me.
Well, it's probably because it was something I wanted you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody that I want them to do something, do it now. I mean, if it's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
some shit who's like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight. No, you're not. You're gonna be fat the rest of your life. Just do it
No,
next
you
week.
can lose weight. I've lost weight. I had baby weight and it's gone.
He's not gone.
It's gone. It's gone.
Okay, I had to get that one out.
How much do you weigh right now?
153.
153?
Yeah.
And you're shorter than me.
Yeah.
I weigh 139.
All right.
I'm 3 inches taller than you.
You're also a
I
girl.
win. I win.
You
Yes,
win
and
at
women
what?
carry more fat. It's not like you have muscle. Like,
I
don't
had a-
pretend there's a bunch of muscle adding to the weight.
No, it's so much. Like, I have the most muscular testicles. They got abs. They're weird. Is that syphilis or is that abs on my balls?
That's syphilis. You
Oh.
have syphilis. That's what that is.
Oh shit! I should tell Erica. No, yeah. Today I had 10-piece McNuggets and a Big Mac.
Oh, yeah, that both?
Well, they were buy one get one.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I was still like $6.
So money, okay. Ignore the money aspect, okay?
Okay.
Calories.
Oh, I don't know. I'm mad about the money part of it.
Yeah.
Why did you do something about the like upset tummy from Kratom?
Right. And dumping fast food sludge is going to fix that.
That does help.
I think you should mess your tummy up from Kratom even more. That way we can have more beautiful outros like on our backup episode.
Well, that was too many. I probably had about like 18 grams of Kratom that day.
That was a lot of, yeah. And
It was too much.
Behind the scenes stuff is right before the show, he took one and he was like, it's not going down. And it was foreshadowing is what it was.
I did the whole show.
It was great. You did a great job.
Did the whole show, and I had a Kratom coffee that day and everything.
How do you? Okay, I don't care. You need to like calm down.
Listen,
with the
Kratom is great.
drugs.
Kratom is great, but yeah, I take lower dosages of it these days.
Yeah, that's good. I'm proud of you and happy for you. You're gonna beat this addiction.
Oh no, I can quit anytime I want.
Oh, but not today. Next week.
No,
Right?
next week. I mean, obviously, I've got I gotta be awake.
Yeah.
Next week, though.
Okay. We're done with our Dear Abby segment. We will get into our Reddit advice segment because we do have more Dear Abbies, but they're not good for the show, folks. Okay, I'm not just gonna read any words you throw at me.
None of those
okay?
were good for the show.
No, they weren't. Like I've gotten a bunch lately, and they're all subpar. And I would really appreciate it if you guys would put some effort.
I'd like to screen some of these as well, because some of the ones that you think are bad are going to be stuff like from our friend Kitty, or what's his face, with really good stuff like "Do you lick it when he sits on you?" and stuff like that.
Dude, I don't know what to do anymore. And dude, Niles is interacting with the nice Catholic girls I've brought in to like listening to the show on Twitter. I noticed that starting to happen this week, and it's like these women are only on Twitter because of like me and a couple other people that they met like in person, basically at church. Like this is not okay. I'm really frightened for the women, and I don't know if I should warn them. But the thing is that this is their warning because they're listening right now.
Bry dogs attack.
Please don't attack my friends. These are very sweet, precious women, and you know, we got a comment actually from a very nice woman that I love. When we said we said we love disabled people last week. We were very emphatic about that. Yeah. We love the disabled people. That we got some positive reactions to our support for the disabled community. So we wanted to tell everyone, you know, doesn't matter if you're messed up in the head, if you've got like one leg, as long as you can listen.
I still won't like you though, because like you're weird, and God obviously had like a fucking problem with you when he made you.
Yeah, that's not. We love you though.
No, I don't though. God might, but I mean the thing is, like, if you're like all fucked up, it's like you gotta start thinking like, why did God fucking do this to me? You gotta think about that. What did your parents do to piss off God to make you that weird? You dope. You've got like fucking one arm. You idiot. Like, oh, I'm like real stupid and disfigured. Well, I don't know. God probably set that fire at your house when you were 3. You dumb fuck.
Is there anything you want to talk about, Bryden? I'm here for you too. You know, you seem a little agitated.
Yeah, I'm just mad about any type of body positivity.
We're not talking about fat people right now. You realize though, you're talking about an armless person right
That's
now.
the same. That's the same as body. That's the same
as being fat. Okay.
Yeah, because like you chose it.
Yeah.
In a previous life.
Well, I mean, that's possible, I guess, if you subscribe to... I don't know about that.
Tell me right now that all the fucking legless, armless, fat, faceless freaks out there didn't do something to piss off God.
No, we're not. We're not. I'm sitting here like... How best do I approach this?
Yeah, there you go.
We're not doing that right now. We're not doing it right now.
You monsters, you sinners. You get what you deserve.
They're horrible sinners who were born. They were born disfigured.
I have cerebral palsy. Well, why'd you piss off God? You get what you deserve.
I mean, that's got to apply to me too, right? Like, I'm not 100%. Like retarded or anything. I have all my arms, but like... I have all of my arms. But like,
I was a pope in a past life, I think. Because how would God make a man this perfect?
Okay.
Yeah, but he took
you being like a Borgia pope, maybe, or like, maybe
nobody knows what that is.
Who slept with his sister?
Oh, I did see this. This was before we actually do the show. I did think this was really funny. Somebody was saying something on the Stoic subreddit. Which I saw elsewhere. I don't frequently read it, but someone was talking about Marcus Aurelius. I think was the guy, because he's pretty big into the Stoic stuff.
Oh, about his wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is why Stoicism is gay, dude. This is why it is gay.
No, if you think about it, what we're talking about is his wife slept with a gladiator. Okay.
Yep. But see, faggot.
But if you think about it, that makes it more necessary to, because if you're not going to kill her, which he probably could have done by law in Roman culture, right? I'm pretty sure that was a thing where he could have
Probably.
done that.
I think you could do that now
But if he's
in
not going to do
France.
that because he's emperor or whatever and doesn't want to be like Henry VIII or whatever, who came later, but maybe Marcus Aurelius like predicted it with his stoic magic. I don't know. But he didn't want to be like Henry VIII. You know, he's like, man, I don't want to be like that guy. He had to practice stoicism to be okay. You know, to get through his life.
Stoicism is the goddamn philosophy of the conquered. It is. This is why it pisses me off that there's so many goddamn coffee companies with fucking like, yeah, this is the fucking AR-15 coffee company. And I saw this guy, Sean Ryan, this fag, who just came out of nowhere.
Okay,
He was
we were
connected.
trying not to say that word anymore.
No. I was always trying to say fag. This fucking fag who comes out of nowhere and is like, I interviewed Tucker Carlson, and he's the CEO of some bullshit company that's got like supplements and gay t-shirts and more rifles and USA flag fucking bullshit and all that. And they're like, 115 episodes I interviewed Tucker Carlson. Kiss my fucking ass. That is stoicism. That's itself embodied is a plant. Stoic philosophy is a fucking plant into like what being a real man is, which is irrationally punching a hole through the drywall. All right, that's what being a man is.
No, stoicism is to balance that out. You should not be punching holes in the drywall because then you have to fix it. And also, what if you punch your wife?
That all sounds dope. Bad. No, it's good. Bad. You're right. I guess I should watch my wife get fucked by a gladiator. The shit is gay.
I doubt he watched. Okay.
Life is he didn't even get to watch the life.
That's really they should have at least had him in there.
Didn't even get invited.
Come on.
Didn't even get invited.
Just as a courtesy.
This shit is so gay. And I know this is the wrong podcast to do this, but I've had a beef with stoicism for a long fucking time.
I know you have a problem with it, okay? It is.
It's gay,
reason...
dude. You're a pussy. Oh no, I'm not gonna let things get the best of me. The world doesn't affect me. I don't know, affect the world, faggot.
See, that's the thing, because there's a difference between what's good for the masses and what's good as like a baseline moral compass. Because if you think about it, a lot of the tenets of Stoicism, and they even had a concept of the Trinity, the Stoics did before, or like right before Christianity came into being, and that was the thing. And the sun is there, and you didn't have the Trinity before that because there was no sun yet, like as far as the Hebrews knew, right? Stoicism was a natural stepping stone to Christianity.
Man,
a lot of the philosophy fits in with it. But if you think about it, okay, think about Christian history.
Pause. What? Christianity is an ideology of mercy, which fine makes sense to me. It's not an ideology of cuckoldry, which Stoicism is, which means following it at all.
No, it's not. Okay, Marcus Aurelius being a cuckold does not make Stoicism an ideology of cuckoldry.
Yeah, I don't even consider him a fucking Stoic. Because the real Stoics were like, once you're done doing shit, kill yourself.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Okay, but so Stoics were talking about the same concept of modesty that Christianity has, where it's talking more about gaudiness and standing out than anything else.
I think it's called pussiness.
Okay, yeah, that too. But if you think about Christian history, you've got Constantine, right? So Saint Constantine,
we're like constipated, right?
Had a deathbed baptism so that he could wash away the sins of what he did to further Christianity across the empire, because he went to war. He did really messed up things, and then on his deathbed was baptized so he could still go to heaven. And he is a saint in Christianity, right? He's a saint.
Pussy.
No, he's not. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is there's a difference between what a conqueror and what like a particular role requires and what most people, like not everyone is Constantine. It's just not gonna happen.
If you are a pussy and you don't take responsibility for all of your fucking actions, then you're a bitch. That's like you have to say, I did it. I my bad. and
Well,
then hope people aren't mad at you when you're weak. That's it.
okay, but what if you did it a little bit less? What if you had self-control?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I know. That's becoming very clear throughout this conversation.
Yeah, no, that's gay. Look, you live one life, hopefully, and what a terrible thing that is. And these fucking nerds that are like, well, I guess that my ideology has to mean that. Because it's not even like they're swingers. It's not even like it was like Marcus Aurelius was like, yeah, and I was fucking that guy's wife too. And we were all loving it. He was just
Yeah,
like,
but
I got,
okay.
Because it's like, if you're into that weird shit, then be into that weird shit. And I get it. I know a guy like that. He does that. He's been doing that for years. He's happy. Okay. That's not my thing, but that's his thing. And I don't judge him for it. But you're a cuckold. You're
Okay,
just
no, are you assuming that ancient Roman society had the same morals that the
no.
like current Western Christian society did? Because all the noble women were doing that.
Yeah, I
Like
just
they were
imagine it.
paying to do that. Like whoever owned the gladiator was getting paid money so that the noble women could go in and like that was very much part of their that wasn't like a Marcus Aurelius thing. That wasn't like a they're she's cheating on him. Like that's what happened. That was a thing that was going
And
on.
you and you don't think that that's a thing that happens now and is also still looked down upon by men and is
No, but
also
it
very
wasn't
shitty?
looked down upon so
No, they
much. Like they
loved
had
it.
different morals.
Oh yeah, totally. They were just cool bunch of fucking fag cuckles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, great.
The
So
Romans were.
life
Yes.
has always been built upon that. A religion has been built upon that.
No,
And
what are you talking about? Christianity totally subverted all of that and went in the other direction.
okay, because it doesn't seem like it did. Well, you're right. I guess they fuck kids now. So that's
I mean, the Catholics do.
they just got no, they just got younger, huh? No.
I
Listen.
mean, the Romans did that too, though. They all did that.
And I have said for many years that every person throughout time that's not me is a
You know what I think it is?
fag.
What I think it is, it's the city of Rome. If you think about it, okay?
It's
So
just
it's
built
the
on
Catholic.
the ground.
Because you've got Julius Caesar sleeping with all the boys, right? And
Yeah.
then thousands of years later, you got all the cardinals.
It might
Like,
just. It
it
might just.
might just be Rome.
It's the ground's gone sour. That's
Salt
the
the earth and start over.
that's the name of the fucking podcast. That's the name of the episode. The ground's gone sour.
I shouldn't. We have a lot of Catholic listeners. I'm being
Hey,
really mean.
Well, I don't know, Catholic listeners, write in. Did you get molested?
it's. We need the data. We're gonna compile it in a spreadsheet.
Well, they're still going on. A lot of them are still going on date with some of the guys they grew up with.
Yeah.
Look, I think the Catholics are fucking weird. I think the Orthodox are fucking weird. I think, like, I'm not a big Christianity guy, but, I think it beats the pants off of, like, whatever this new religion that's sold at Target is. But the Baptists and the Methodists and the American fucking religions.
They're doing bad.
I know,
okay?
they're not doing great.
They're doing bad.
But it
And
makes
also,
sense.
Like, you can only be an offshoot of an offshoot of an offshoot and, like, do well for so long, to be perfectly honest. Like, there's
Yeah.
some tainting that happens in between. Like,
Well, there's a lot of
like,
tainting that's an act that's been going on over in the
If
Catholic.
you think about it, okay, so the Catholics broke off from the Orthodox. That's the first step, okay? That's the first break.
Yeah, well, I don't think that even that's true because all you guys came from pagans anyway, you godless fucks.
It doesn't make okay. Look, you are
Nah, let's talk
You're not
about
just
Book of
illiterate.
Enoch.
You're historically illiterate.
Let's talk about Book of Enoch. Let's talk about flat Earth.
Do it. Dude, I've been watching a lot of Ancient Aliens because the
Yeah,
thing
good.
is, when when I was a teenager, I would like DVR it while I was at school and come home and watch it. Like, I just really freaking. This is so funny to me how they'll be saying like, oh, and there's Emperor Yu, the first emperor of China, who he basically came up with the concept of binary code, and we weren't able to use it for like 4,000 years or something, right? And they're giving like a history lesson, and all
It's
of this is good
insane.
information. It's interesting. It's like, yeah, I'm happy to know that. And then very abruptly, the last sentence is, and it was aliens, or and that's how we know we've been visited from another world, and this is a message that they're coming again. Like the second coming of Christ, they're coming again. In fact, scripture says, and it's just like a whole thing. And it just, I love it so much. It makes
Agreed.
me so happy, and I want to do it. Like I want to make a TikTok account where I just sit there and it's like an autistic history thing I'm interested in, and just the last two sentences make it like that. I want to do it so bad, but
Then do it.
I'm so like trigger shy about putting my face out there. I don't know.
You
I'll pull the
don't.
trigger eventually.
You don't even have to put your face out there. You just make the videos. Like tons of the I watch tons
Oh
of those
yeah.
videos.
Well, you would want to do like pictures or something. Like
Yeah.
I would have to do video production work if I didn't just record
You
myself
can
talking.
you can do that in the phone, man. I don't know. And then when you get good at it, then you can edit all my DJ shit.
Okay,
So,
look, now I'm just getting more work. But I might do that. Like that's my idea. Nobody steal it. Even if you do, I'll do it better.
oh
But
no. Hey,
I've been
nobody
watching so much Ancient Aliens
no
lately because I just like it.
nobody steal, any of that thing that I watch hours of on TikTok or anything.
You watch Ancient Aliens TikTok?
No, I watch tons of people talk about exactly what you're talking about on
Oh
there.
yeah.
That's how I got
I
turned
like
on
the
to flat
numbers
earth.
guys, numerology and stuff.
Numerology is bullshit. But that's how I got turned on to flat earth was like just a bunch of videos where I'm like 10-minute videos on TikTok where I'm like, fuck. And they gave references and I wouldn't
Hmm.
watch, like that. I'm like, okay, it makes more sense, I guess.
Honestly, I've talked a lot of trash on this show and on Twitter and everywhere about theoretical physicists, but it's just
The ones you
the
don't like.
history version of theoretical physics. And I actually enjoy it, but I get so mad at like just I don't know.
Don't join that cult out in Yakima,
Mhm.
Washington. The people who made what the bleep do we know? Don't that's I worked with some of those guys in a kitchen, and
Got another cult I'm trying to join right
Ramthians,
now.
Ramthian, you do, and I still don't like that. The Ramthians, don't join the Ramthians.
The
They
Ram fans. I don't
they're
think I've heard of this.
they're crazy. I've talked about them a bunch for like my whole podcasting career. They're really fun. We should do a Patreon episode all on the
Yeah,
Ramthans.
I would love to do stuff like that.
They're super nice people. Like it's crazy. You think the Mormons are nice? These people are way more nice than that. And they're
Hmm.
like really hot and successful. It's super odd. They're the Scientologists of Yakima, Washington. It's
Huh.
crazy. They believe in
Okay.
the end that Yakima is gonna. I think it's Yakima is gonna be the only place. It's where Jay Z Knight has her fortress. I think she's dead now. Honestly, she's got to be. But purple dinosaurs come and attack the Earth, and that's the only safe place to be.
Oh, purple dinosaurs. That's
Yeah,
great. I like this. Okay,
yeah.
we should look into it. That sounds
It
right up my alley,
it's a whole
honestly.
it's a whole thing. But they
But
believe
the
that you
okay.
can like walk through walls and stuff if you meditate hard
Hmm.
enough. Um, But yeah, Ramthian, like so Evergreen State College, they'd have like kids that would get eat up with the Ramthian in them, and they'd spend all this money for classes at the Ramthian school,
Hmm.
and it's just a goddamn scam, dude. But
Oh well, yeah.
it was fun.
Well, it is. It's the reason for the ancient aliens right now. This is inspiring me a lot. I'm gonna do the TikTok eventually. It's because we're watching Stargate, right?
You
And
gotta stop.
so we watch an episode of Stargate, and then it's like, well, we don't want to watch a whole another like 45-minute episode of something we're actively watching, so we flip it over to a Roku channel. And if Ancient Aliens is on, I force the issue to watch Ancient Aliens after Stargate. And it's so funny because it's like we watch an Ancient Aliens episode one night about Emperor Yu and binary code, and then the next night we're watching Stargate, and like here's the Gould. you. He's the emperor. You. There's like a cute joke about like he's you, and the guy's like, me? No, he's emperor you. And it's got the same exact picture they used on the Ancient Aliens episode from last. I love that show. I love it so much.
Yeah, all this horse
So I'm
shit's been around.
recommending that people watch the two things at the same time because I'm having fun with that.
No, I'm saying that you look into the fact that the Earth is goddamn probably flat, and then you look
Yeah.
into a bunch of the abduction stuff because this
Yeah.
whole everything Abby is saying to you is just nonsense.
No,
I
it's not. Okay, look. What about the abductions?
well that there's so see I get my information from a legitimate source,
Oh my God.
the Joe
Yeah.
Rogan Experience.
Okay. You hear that guy who remembers being in the womb? That was pretty good.
I
Terrence
told you.
Howard.
I told you
Dude.
immediately. I think about
You
Terrence
did.
Howard.
Okay, yeah, that must be who told me about it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Of course, it was you. But
Terrence Howard is hilarious, and the best part about Terrence Howard is that there's some movie, I forget what it is, but the guy has a ridiculously small penis, and he hung dong in the
Oh.
movie.
Oh,
So like, I kind of respect him because
that's
it's
bravery.
right. I respect him for that because it's, I mean, it's not great. You know, and you're in a movie and you're like, everybody's going to see this. Nobody really saw it, but you know,
But
he
they
got.
use. I know that they use fake ones in movies
If this
for
is
those scenes. They do.
If-
So, like, why didn't they then? Is what I'm saying. Like, why not just do that?
because he thinks that 1 times 2 equals 1. That's why.
Yeah.
Because he's an
Does-
insane person that
No, he
never
thinks
should have.
1 times 1 equals 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
one time is 2. It's 2. It's 2. Okay.
He's written teriology and all of this shit. I mean, he's the best guy.
It's so fun, isn't it? I want to be like a ghost hunter or an ancient astronaut theorist. Like, these are my dreams.
You're just like so fucking like I don't know why there's so many schizophrenics that just slip through the cracks and then right up into fame. You know, it's like I'm just a normal mentally ill person that just feels bad about myself. Like
That's probably why you're not successful.
well, now I feel really good about myself most of the time.
Hmm.
It's probably the lack
All right.
of talent.
Do you want to do? We can talk more about aliens on the bonus episode because that's, you know,
Nobody
I don't
listens to
know.
this.
Look, okay, people that have been around for a couple of years or however long we've been
Yeah.
doing this will remember that the free episode used to be advice the whole time, and then on the bonus we would talk about ancient astronauts or flat earth. We don't do that anymore. We've been doing the opposite because by the time we get to the bonus we're like, oh shit, I've got like 500 screenshots saved on my phone for this show. We haven't used any. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I just try to, I just know it's
Sorry.
Wednesday. I just kill a few hours a night and I go, that's what I do on Wednesday.
we've got to do better. Like, this is a freaking problem. We have to rebrand if this is what we're doing because I would love to just do this. Like, instead of finding advice stuff, we could just let's talk about this today.
Well, I hate that. Everybody does that. I want to find out about gay lesbians on fucking Reddit.
All right, let's do a story then. I've got one.
All right, listen here,
Not
fat
about gay
lesbians.
lesbians. Okay.
Listen here, you fat lesbos. I'm about to give you some advice.
All right.
I hate this show,
First,
and I want everybody to
stop.
know that you're gay for listening to this show.
Okay, look, if you hate it so much, why do we continue to do it?
Because I'm stuck in a death loop and I don't know what else to do in my life.
Okay, well, I'm glad I get to be here to watch you suffer and die.
It's gonna be good because like the last episode is gonna be the one where I just put a gun in my mouth.
Please don't do that.
I'm gonna have
stream.
dude. I'm gonna have like a whole thing to where it's like it uploads after too. I'm gonna set it up nicely.
And you're gonna have us both there,
Yeah.
just like, ah! And that's gonna be the first time anyone sees my
Yep.
face because I never got the balls to do it. And I'm just like, ah!
Yep. It's gonna
Like,
be good.
Scream.
And you're welcome because you're gonna be famous.
Yeah. That'll make me famous,
for
all
about
right. It'll start another show. It's gonna be great.
15 minutes, dude. You'll be famous, and then you can go on your mom's house and all of that shit.
All right, from r/Beyond the Bump.
From r/Beyonce.
This one is about pregnant ladies.
Oh.
This Reddit, the subreddit, not the post.
Well, my answer is gross.
I am seriously contemplating divorcing my husband over a prank.
Okay, well, you're pregnant, so shut up.
3 pranks in particular have angered me to the point of tears raging out, and now I am contemplating divorce.
Oh, God. No, you're not. Shut up. You're just pregnant.
What kind of pranks do you think this man is pulling? If you had to guess, like just totally, just make an assumption here. What do you think the pranks are?
They gotta be YouTube level, like, not really pranks. They gotta be bad pranks. There's no way that it's just like, haha, you spilled your milk, but it's not really milk. Like, it can't be that.
Keep in mind, he's not filming them. Like, it's not for content. It's just life living with him.
Like, did he, like, pretend to squirt mustard on her or some bullshit like that? Like, magic trick type shit?
Let me tell you what he did, okay? Prank 1 was I was making coffee for... Okay, now, prank 1 was him making coffees for our guests with my breast milk. Which is not really a prank on her, but if you've never had a baby and pumped breast milk, like, that stuff is liquid. Like, it takes so long, it's so much effort to get out some for a lot of women that, like, if you accidentally spill some, you might just sob on the floor. Your baby needs to eat. Your baby's crying.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. That might kind of be a you thing there, president of the itty bitty titty committee. Yeah.
You're so funny. No, you don't understand how biology works, because, like,
I'm pretty sure that you got tiny boobs. You don't have tits.
It has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it, okay? It doesn't, because the fat has nothing to do with the production. It doesn't.
Then why do women's tits grow when they get pregnant?
Because there's milk. It's generating colostrum in milk. That's how that works.
Okay, well...
And you can get up. You can go from an A cup to a double D when your milk comes in.
Nice!
From this. Like, I'm serious. It does not...
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter. No, that's bad.
Guess
Skin
who's
stretching
getting
is
pregnant?
bad because it doesn't stay that way.
Erica.
I thought you were talking about yourself.
Yeah, I'm getting pregnant.
I thought you wanted... Okay, well, never mind.
I'm gonna tit fuck. I'm gonna
announcement. I don't know.
Myself.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what you do. Okay.
I go to work every day and I pay taxes. That's why I'm so mad, and that's why Donald J. Trump needs to be the next president of the United States of America.
Yeah. Can we just make Rand Paul dictator like Cincinnatus?
I mean, that's what I wanted back in 2016, man. That's not happening.
It's just, recently I was talking to just some women that I don't know very well.
Gross.
And they were like, man, it's so dark out there, and, things are so messed up. And I go, yeah, I feel like the only way to fix this at this point is to start tearing stuff down. You're going to have to do a lot of damage. And I'm hinting stronger and stronger throughout, and she goes, yeah, you're right, we should have a dictator. It's like these nice moms with their kids playing around. It was so funny to me. It's funny to me to rile people up and just get them to... It's like, it was good.
I've listened to dumbasses talk about that for years. You know who my favorite are? The Russian nihilists. All right, we'll just take everything down, and who knows what happens next, huh? Let's just find out, because this hasn't been working, and I'm tired. You know how much bread costs?
That's a lot.
They're like, what's it make a difference to me if bread costs $80 if it just keeps gradually going upwards? It'll reach $80 eventually, right? So just, I don't know, get rid of whatever's happening, and then we'll see if something happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, look into the Russian nihilists. They were dumbasses, is who they were. But you know, it's fine. I just get a new car. Somebody smashes into my car. So I mean, that's life, right? That's what happens to you. Well, sure, everybody else should suffer. That's what I think.
All right, everyone, we're going to continue with the Reddit story as Bryden gets increasingly intoxicated. And this is what he talks about when that happens. Usually we see it on the bonus episodes more. So
No, no, it's if you're gonna start. Listen, don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
he's like an old man. He sounds like my boomer uncle just rocking in the rocking chair, rocking back and forth.
I'm about
Like, yeah,
tired
you
of
know,
it.
those Russian nihilists, you know?
They were onto something. I say we just, it's hey, let's speed it up. That's what I say. Just a little, just speed it up.
I was so angry and embarrassed. Prank 2 was pretending to have
Oh
cut
yeah,
his
wait.
fingers.
I didn't get to
What?
talk about prank one, which is a pretty good
Okay.
prank on
Yeah.
people.
It upset her because that's not an endless resource. It has a purpose. There's not very much of it.
Is breast
Like you
milk
can't
good?
just take it from her.
You drank breast milk, right?
Yeah.
Is it like how is it different than cow's milk?
Like what do you mean? Nutrition wise?
Taste wise.
Taste wise. Okay. It's gonna depend on the stage of the baby because the composition of it changes based on like hormone signals from the baby's saliva. So the baby as it gets older needs a different composition. So it'll taste a little different. But vanilla soy milk.
So it's better than cow's milk.
Yes.
Dude!
Way better.
I gotta drink breast milk.
Maybe that's just me. Don't know.
But every fucking pregnant lady I've known, they've always talked about they're like, I gotta pump all this stuff all the time. So
Yeah.
they're never saying they're not like, oh, can't get enough of it. They're like, I got too much.
No, that's women who have an oversupply, but that's definitely not all women. And
Okay.
having an oversupply actually is not your baby may not be able to get it out, but a pump may not because again, the hormone signals from the baby's saliva.
Huh. Well, I
That's
got
what triggers letdown.
I
And
got-
the babies cry and things like that. There's no baby involved, it might just not work.
I would like. I always thought that fucking human milk would probably be better than cow milk.
It is. It's way better.
I would put that in a coffee and drink it for sure. I would.
It would be delicious. I've never done it because it's a waste. It's not for me, kind of thing, but it would be good.
Well, I don't think
That
people
was a
should
good
drink.
coffee that these people had.
Yeah, I don't think people would be like, "Oh, what made the coffee so good?" And he's like, "Breast milk," and they're like, "Gross," and they're like, "No, but really though, it's pretty good. You gotta get a
Yeah,
second
so it's
glass."
fine for those people. It's just not okay to take it from her. Like that's her fluids, not yours.
I mean, that would be weird. That would be weird. Like if somebody was like, it's June's fucking breast milk. I'd be like, what the
If
fuck?
she played this prank, I would think it's hilarious. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's hers. Like,
I don't know. Now I just want to fucking try breast milk.
I'll get Erica pregnant.
I'm not doing that. It's like, you know how much that would cost afterwards? It's like,
She could be a surrogate.
no.
Okay, well,
You're like, oh yeah, be a surrogate, and then just ruin everything. I'm pretty sure that I could just buy breast milk somewhere.
if you borrow someone's baby, you could probably connect with a mom on Facebook who is willing to donate the milk to you, but you can't just buy that. It's not regulated. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
neither
you
is
can't-
raw milk though.
And you're
Don't-
not. There's laws against it. You can't just go and get it. You have to like be part of a farm share, and there's all this obfuscation and legalism and stuff that you have to jump through. You can't just buy raw milk. Like you can't do that.
I was thinking you were talking about there's like pregnant lady farms.
Not yet. Someday. Someday there will be.
Hell yeah, dude.
100%. Because cow farts are destroying the ozone or something.
I like it. I like it. I like this. I like this new thing.
You know what makes me really mad, okay? We are in the warm part of an ice age. The climate changes. It changes, okay? It's what it does.
Yeah, yeah.
Things things die. How many mass extinctions have happened on this planet? A
Prob-
lot.
Probably not
A
that many.
lot.
I don't
Okay?
believe it.
We have caused tons of them from the start of the Holocene. Okay, but anyway, we're moving on to prank
No,
2.
you actually fucking listen.
Did I make you mad?
Yeah, because
I'm just
listen,
saying,
weather
like, it's not the
changes.
cows.
No, it's not the cows. It's you cows. That's what's doing it. Not giving us the milk.
All right. Prank
I
2
want titty milk.
was pretending to have cut his fingers off in the garden. He dragged it on for ages too and put fake blood around. Not just so he's pretending that he's lost his he could die. He could have no fingers
You
forever. He could
can't.
die.
You
He's got
can't.
fake blood.
You can't die from cutting your fingers off.
You can't die from the blood loss.
No.
Seriously.
No,
Why
it
not? What
doesn't.
do you mean?
It doesn't. You don't got enough of those arteries in there that shoot the blood out. If you just put.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Huh.
I like.
Still, losing the fingers would be bad.
Yeah, it would not be good, but yeah, no, you can lose a finger or two. You're not gonna die. I mean, unless you got like weeks and days or whatever of fucking doing that. Like, if you get hit in the belly and you start bleeding out through there, you're fucked. Like, yeah. That's a big one. Neck, big one. Head, big one. But like, your little appendages like that, nah, that's your body knows to, I don't know,
You know
scab
what? That
up.
makes a lot of sense. Your body would understand that appendages are more likely to be lost. Like the idea that you could, they're
Yeah,
segments.
yeah.
Like, of course, that would close up easy. You're right. That makes a lot of sense just logically.
Torso, head, you're fucked. Or you get the one, I don't know what that one that runs through arterial artery. That one you're fucked. That one runs through your whole goddamn body. If you get hit in that, you're screwed. I mean, but that's like a weird evolutionary fucking misstep because it's like that and the like balls being outside. Like, why would that be a
I
thing?
don't get that at all. It makes no sense, and frankly, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's. I mean, nobody's thrilled about it because like
No, it's bad.
it's not good.
You
But
should just get rid of them.
yeah, you can't die from getting your fingers cut off unless it's like through infection.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if you had all 10 of your fingers cut off, then
Like
that'd
if
be
you
a thing.
say you cut off 4.
That's a lot of blood loss.
Yeah, like at least you'd probably pass out and like have it'd be a problem.
You could probably die, I think, if you got 4 of your fingers cut off. But if you
Right.
lose like 1 or 2, you're only
I'm
gonna
just
die because of
picturing like
infection.
he's like got one thumb sticking out, pretending like they're all gone. That's what I
How
was
can,
picturing.
but I mean, unless he's dealing with like heavy farming equipment, like how the fuck would anybody pretend?
Shears. You don't know
Yeah,
he's in the
nobody.
garden.
It's not. It's like, oh, I fucking met Edward Scissorhands. He was mad at me and he got me real good. That's not happening
It might.
in a world where Edward Scissorhands exists.
Yeah. I have hoped and wished that he existed since I was 13 years old.
I don't
and
get
developed my first crush on Johnny Depp character.
Erica. I remember during the Johnny Depp trial, Erica was still trying to tell me that, like, even as old as he was still hot, and I don't
No,
understand that.
he's done a lot of drugs and stuff. He's worn out. He's got like alcoholic face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's all
Like
bloated
when
like
old
me.
guys that have been alcoholic. No, because he's older than you, he looks worse than you, which is shocking.
Well,
Like they get all like blotchy and puffy and like just real messed up looking. He looks gross.
yeah, I mean, he's had a rough time. I agree with Amber Heard on that. I mean, yeah, she lied about all that stuff, but what if I was the bed?
Right, exactly.
I would like that.
Okay, that's I don't know. Look, we're not going to talk about
She
this.
can
I'm not
she
going
can
to
take a
talk
grumpy
about
on
this.
me anytime she wants.
I don't want to talk about Depp versus Heard because I actually do have opinions on that, and that's not what we're doing right now. And
My
I will get
opinion
on a tangent.
My opinion is that Amber Heard is hot and should not have had to change her name and leave the country. She could
No,
come
leave
live
her
with
alone.
me.
Leave her alone. They were beating on each other. Like, that's what happens in these cases where the women are getting charged with domestic abuse.
Oh
Is
no,
like
she did all that shit.
either she has been beating on him for a long time and he's finally like, okay, this time was unsafe, or they're beating the shit out of each other okay? And that's what they were doing. Like, she has
Oh,
evidence of him being abusive,
oh
like, out the
no,
wazoo, but because
buddy.
she lied, people are like, whatever. So, like, I'm saying they were beating the shit out of each other. They
No,
were treating each other very
she
badly.
was worse, but I'm saying she could treat me
Thank
worse
you.
than
Thank
Johnny.
you. That's all I wanted to hear. She was worse. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think that
Like,
Johnny Depp, the goddamn
but they
2C
both did it.
Johnny
Like,
Johnny Depp's like on record doing 2CB and being a weird guy.
anyway, they had problems. Beside the point. I don't want to talk about poop. Actually,
She can
this is
she
your
can
fault
grumpy all
because
over me.
I haven't even gotten to me bringing up poop this episode yet, which I'm getting to. I'm trying to
Okay,
get to it. You
okay,
brought it
well,
up first. Koshka has been cataloging how many episodes we talk about it. When poop is mentioned,
every episode.
apparently it's every
Yeah, it's
episode.
every episode. Poop comes up.
She's like tweeting at me about it.
It's every episode.
Like
I don't.
episode whatever again. Like,
Well, it's every episode. I don't know. I mean, like, I personally hate every single person that listens to this show and like
why?
listen. Well, except for my boys. Why do I hate them? Because they do weird shit like that.
I thought we liked. Okay, look, whatever. We're
Look,
moving
my
on.
boy. You know what my boys do? My boys, they attack you, and that's why I like them.
They do attack me a lot.
Now, Koshka can go back to Montenegro, and she has no business being in the United States of America. And hello, Koshka. Guess what? Go home, bitch.
I think we should have her on the show, and you can tell her that in person.
I will. I have. I have told her that.
All right. I think we're done on prank 2, right? I think we determined that he
Yeah,
can't die. I don't.
Yeah, he can't die from cutting off fingers. Like,
But he didn't actually cut them off. He's pretending. It went on for a long time. It was elaborate. There's fake blood. She
what
was
does that
freaked
mean?
out. It's
Well, what
not
does
nice.
that? What does that mean? It went on for a long time. Like, is he like running around? Because I'm picturing him running around the yard with like spritzers on, his hands, and they're
I don't know
just
about spritzers, but I'm assuming he like put some all down his arm and poured some on the ground, and it's just holding onto his wrist, like oh,
that rules.
like
That's hilarious.
yeah.
And especially if you got like a fake, figure to, laying near you.
That she didn't mention that. I'm disappointed that didn't happen. That would
I
you could just
guarantee
do
that
Surely you could just buy fake rubber fingers, like
I
silicone fingers.
well, you can. I know all about I know about the prosthetics that you can buy on the internet for
Okay.
fun, not for sexual reasons. Calm down. They're for they're for magic and
No,
pranks.
I'm just like, where are you? What I'm picturing is you walking around with a pocket full of silicone fingers and just looking for people to prank, and that's
Yeah, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to go to Publix.
okay.
But so that was nothing. I'll bet it wasn't anything. He was probably just yelling a lot and hiding his hand.
I would have been upset about it, but I wouldn't divorce over it. You know what I mean?
No, it's
Same
crazy.
thing with the first one. I would be real pissed about it. He would never hear the end of it. I would just be like you gotta apologize. Like you gotta tell me sorry because that was fucked. Tell the baby sorry right now.
Oh, you
Apologize to your child. Like it would be a problem, but you're not leaving a guy over it. It's just
No.
a silly thing, right?
Well, especially if obviously this guy, I would like to know. He seems like a prankster to begin with. If he just started when you were pregnant doing these pranks, that's weird. But if he's always been this way,
I feel like it must have escalated. Like he needs a bigger and bigger fix. Like maybe when they first started dating, he was just doing silly little cute things that didn't take like a ton of effort and definitely not like a bucket of fake blood, and then it's just escalating
there was
over
no fake blood.
time.
There was no fake blood. You invented the fake blood.
No,
I guarantee
it
he's
says
not-
he dragged it on for ages and put fake blood around.
that's not a bucket.
Okay.
Do you know how much a bucket of fake blood costs?
She didn't say that there isn't a bucket, okay? And I don't care. You just fill it up with corn syrup and dye it red with food coloring.
You don't know how to make fake blood at all. You just
Is that
heard
not what you
about that
do?
from the movie Scream, okay? Yeah, you did. Yeah,
I thought
you
they
did.
used corn
yeah,
syrup.
You fucking did, idiot. You think I don't know? Horror enthusiast? I don't know how you make fake. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. It won't look believable. That's a lie. And you get, was it Billy? And he goes, and he fucking does the thing, and he goes, corn
it's
syrup. Da, da, da.
delicious.
Yeah, that's not how you make fake blood. So anyway, kiss my ass on that.
Bryden's going to tell us how to make fake blood on the bonus episode. That's at
I don't
patreon.com/share
know.
to help podcast.
Also, this episode brought to you by Capsulite, who I wish would sponsor us because do you like drinking and not getting a hangover? Capsulite works perfectly. And I bought some off of the internet, and it's pretty good. I think I told you about that. You ought to try it. You take
We're not
two.
getting paid for that.
Nope, but hopefully we will one day. You take 2 capsules before you start drinking, about 30 minutes, and then 2 capsules before you go to bed, and then nothing makes up for the lack of sleep, but you don't have the nausea, anxiety, or odd head that you have in the morning.
Have you heard of banana bag? I've heard that's pretty good. It's like the stuff they put in an IV in Vegas or whatever, but it's a drink basically.
Oh, I haven't heard of it as a drink, but I have had a banana bag before.
It's all the things that are in a banana bag, except they just give it to you and it's a drink, so you don't have to have an IV or anything.
That sounds like it wouldn't work and also be very gross because there's it's like a bunch of vitamins and saline and
It's just gonna be electrolytes. It's gonna be like potassium and magnesium and
they give that to you when you overdose.
Okay, so and lastly, prank 3, which happened today, and I feel is my final straw. Last night I was hinting about breakfast in bed. So this morning, he brings me in a coffee, toast, and some chocolates. What I assumed was peanut butter on my toast
I swear to God, if it's poop, she's right.
was in fact our baby's poop. So baby.
Nope. She's right. That's not a prank.
And as I have severe sinus issues, I didn't realize and took a small bite. So she has sinus issues, so she couldn't smell it first.
Well, you can't feed people poop. That's not a prank. That's gross.
No, that's a biohazard can make her very sick. She could be throwing up. She has to care for the baby, clearly.
Why did he scoop poop? Why is the poop scoop?
Because he's pranking her.
That's not a prank, dude. That's like
not a prank.
No, that's like
It's
worse.
poisoning is what it is. That is literally poisoning. Like whether that's his intention or not. Like you don't just put like something that can make someone ill and be like, "Oh, haha, prank." Like it's not even like a laxative. This could give her like serious stomach issues and have her puking for days. Like
Well, then just like you don't make people eat poop. That's weird.
Yep. Let's see. I spat it out straight away. He laughed hysterically, and I told him to get out. He later messaged me and said all his workmates thought it was hilarious.
I bet.
Which is just embarrassing to top it all. So she says workmates, so they must be in England. This is a British man.
Oh, dude, they could be Indian, though.
They could be Australian.
All those people eat poop.
It could just be Indians or Pakistanis. There's a lot of Pakistanis in London.
Yeah, I don't think that's not a prank. That's gross.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. Like the man would have to actively like do things to like make me trust him. Like
he'd have to do things.
He would have to do things. He would have to eat poop. First step, you have to eat poop. Second step, like.
Those other things are
making it up to me for the next 20 years in elaborate and romantic ways, begging for my forgiveness daily.
Okay, but
maybe.
Like, how can a man romantically, after he fed you poop, like give you flowers, dude? That's
might just be over.
There's no way.
It's just over. You're right. I'm just trying to think of a way here, and even then, you're right. It's not enough. You just
like if a woman fed me poop, I'd just be in jail and like I'd be in front of a judge and I'd be like, Your Honor, She fed me
She fed
poop.
me poop. Even if it was Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's
You
gotta
heard it here first, folks. Even if it was Amber Heard.
she's gotta warn me she's gonna grumpy on me. I'm gonna close my mouth, you know?
That's a good point. It's so bad. Yeah, no, just leave him. That's our advice.
You
Leave him.
can't, yeah,
And
you can't.
with that, we're out of time for today, folks. But you can go to patreon.com/here to help podcast. And for as little as $1 a month, you can get all of the backlog of bonus episodes. We release them on Mondays. So look for the new one on Monday. In the meantime, listen to the old ones for $5 a month. You also get access to the very first episode we ever recorded, the unaired pilot episode, only available for
Dog
people who pay
shit.
$5 or more. It was bad and might be interesting though, because that's what we wanted the show to be, and this is what it is
And that's about
now.
Amber Heard shitting on my face.
That would, you know what would be funny to
Huh.
do maybe for like a bonus episode, maybe a real episode because more people would hear it, is if we just went through one of the better like first 15 episodes or something
Yeah.
together. Like just we could both hear it go and just paused it every now and then to like talk about it and just like commented on it. Or
the-
had a couple of our fans do it for us. So a couple of the listeners. Fans is a bad word because no one is our fan. No one's my fan. They hate me. They just listen.
I got buds out there. I got Bry dogs.
But what do you think of that idea?
I think it's a good
Compare
idea.
and
I think it would
contrast.
just take 4 hours because it's an hour-long thing.
Maybe we could pull clips. It just highlights sections.
I mean, I think what we should do is we should just start watching from the beginning until the end as the world turns and just turn the podcast into that.
All right. Maybe that's what you will have next week, everyone. Thank
Do
you
you have
for
a cold
listening.
sore?
No. Where?
This side.
No.
Oh, you just applied too much fucking lipstick.
I
Good
didn't
job.
wear any lipstick today.
Then that's a cold sore, buddy.
It's not a cold sore. There's literally nothing that. Whatever. There's no cold sore.
Anyway, you can find me over on this YouTube channel doing DJ stuff or on kick.com/Bryden Proctor. Also doing DJ stuff. I've quit doing, dude, in the past like week and a half, I have, and I think they listened to this show. One of them said for sure they did. I've had people on mushrooms just texting me.
Like during?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, why is that relevant?
Like just during, yeah, just during. And yeah, I want to say I want to do more of those comedy streams on Kick, but guess what? I'm just not gonna do it. I just do DJ stuff. So I guess what you can do to really help out, and I'm gonna create a new Patreon level, and I
Okay.
will send you a DJ Beer Belly hat.
That's fun. I keep meaning on working on stickers. I was thinking of getting like a sheet of stickers. You could put like 6 different ones on a sheet.
There you
It would be kind of costly, but I was thinking of getting like 50 of those, and we could just over time, because you have to buy them in bulk anyway to get stuff like that made, give them out to people when we send things like that. So
That works for
do
me.
that soon.
So yeah, look out for that. That'll be real fun. Abby's kid's being a real piece of shit, and we got to
Yeah,
record
sorry,
the
I'm gonna-
bonus episode.
He wants my Takis. He wants my Takis. They're mine. I'm almost out because he keeps eating all my Takis. Okay, everyone.
Takis are
you
gross.
can also join. They're delicious. And have you ever dipped them in queso? That's
No,
good,
I had
actually.
them one time. I had the blue tornadoes or whatever. They're
No,
gross.
those are bad. Just get the regular ones.
Okay, I'll try those.
Fuego. I like them a lot. And then, so the $25 tier gets you a commission picture from me. Just let me know. Give me a prompt, maybe some reference pictures if you feel like it. I've got another one that someone wants from me, which is going to be interesting. It's a reference to a joke on an old episode, actually.
Oh yeah, thanks
So that'll
for
be fun.
thanks, Mr. Cask. I wonder who that is.
Yeah, it's very,
I
it's very hard to tell who that could be.
I wonder. Thanks for, I guess, doing the $25 thing again.
Yeah, he
Also,
did
by
it
the way,
again.
here, we'll do it like this. I'm still mad at you.
I know you are, and it's very sad. It's very
No, I
sad
still love him.
because
I still love him. I hope he does good. I love him. I do. I just, I mean, what are we going to talk about? All right.
okay, good. Okay, everything's good. See, wonderful. You can follow me on Twitter at OctoAvi. That's with an I, not a Y. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Also, like, I mean, that's insane to try to, like, trick me because I saw it and I was like, I know
He's
who
not.
that
He's not
is.
trying to
I know who
trick you.
that
That's his
is.
Twitter name. He's not trying to trick you. He just doesn't want to upset you, okay?
We've
Because he
already done it.
likes
You
you.
son
He
of a
likes
bitch.
you.
You son
He
of a
likes you.
bitch.
He wants to be our friends.
He
And
wants to
I
be
can't.
your friend. He wants to be your friend.
He does keep asking me for very strange pictures.
Yeah, I know. He's a weird person. Girl is a
But
fucking
if he's
Sonic, fucking chili dogs. Got to go fast.
I should have put. Oh my gosh,
You should have put chili dogs.
Bryden. There were.
Yeah,
I didn't add any chili dogs.
there's no chili dogs,
You
bro.
should have been holding a chili dog instead of like
100%.
fists in the air cheer. You should have had chili dogs in each hand.
I should have.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you got to put my new fucking shirt on here because this shit looks fucking amazing. This is a good color
okay.
on me.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to.
Figure it out.
I'm sorry, everyone. I have failed all of you. I've failed myself. I failed Sonic the Hedgehog.